What? A contractors video? Yeah, doing something a little different than my normal stuff that I've been doing lately. Because as a lot of you know, in the beginning here, I was always on Exfilzone and I loved it very much. Now it's no surprise that after a while playing really anything for an extended period of time can lead to a burnout, and that's pretty much what happened to me. However, it's beer fest apparently, and before I continue, I want to make sure that people understand that my own personal opinions that I state here don't mean that I think Exfilzone is a bad game. I think it's actually quite good. I love Caveman Studios' work with base contractors, and I think Exfilzone is damn solid for being a game that just kind of ninja'd its way into release when really only its main competition was Ghosts of Tabor. And while Tabor still has its diehard fan base that can't cope with their sunk cost fallacies, it's completely undeniable that Exfil came out on top in this genre in the VR space. The amount of copium inhaling psycho rants that I've seen about Tabor being better than Exfil, saying Exfilzone copied it, almost reminds me a lot of when PUBG came out and all the H1Z1 players got mad saying PUBG copied everything H1 did. I mean, think about it. Is it really copying homework if you're checking over the homework you copied and then correcting all of the mistakes before you hand it in? Exfilzone sat Tabor in the cuck chair so badly that it made a game 10 times better, forcing their devs to try and shit out 2 more terrible games only to come out and say, yeah, you know what, we're gonna shift gears and broaden our way to flat screen titles instead of just VR, trying to gaslight everyone into thinking VR is dying and that's why Tabor is such dog water. We're moving on. I will get to the ultimate fix that this game needs in my opinion, but for now, please hit subscribe if you're enjoying my content. I cover a lot of games in and out of VR and a lot of genres because I personally just like talking about the games I love. And that's what we're here about on this channel, the discussion, and not just poop sock in one game until everybody's sick of it. Anyway, I used to love Escape from Tarkov, and when I played Exfilzone, a lot of you learned from my first real video that Contractors was just it for me. But here's the thing. I've learned a lot since that video, and at the time, I really meant it that it ruined other extraction shooters for me. Not all VR shooters, as some people may have interpreted it. I played a ton of these games that people recommended on and off YouTube, and I've been able to draw many conclusions, and I have narrowed down what I believe can make Exfilzone so much better, in my opinion. First off, we were teased this new map with multiple images, and this map looks awesome. It's going to be absolute chaos this upcoming wipe, and I can't wait to finally jump back in. However, I'm hoping with every new wipe, we can get a new map of some sort, and I'm hoping we get day and night cycles with this next wipe, but only time will actually tell. I would love to have another map like Metro without the fucking grenades and nakeds, maybe like a labs map or a factory map like Tarkov, but this is just me pulling ideas out of my ass. We were also shown that now you'll be able to shoot women, play as a female character model with the next patch. And for some, that's a cool thing. If it makes people happy, I'm all about it, except a PvE mode. I'm still against it. Get off my lawn. Just not yet, you guys. Soon, just not yet. We need other things first, and then I'll be all about it, alright? Leave me alone. Besides some new firearms and utilities, that's mostly it, your typical pre-wipe updates that's normal for most extraction games. I'm looking forward to it all. Hopefully a big map like this runs well on the Quest, because if it doesn't, that's going to be absolutely devastating for this game. I can promise you that. So moving on to what I think is absolutely necessary for Exfilzone, and I've mentioned it before, but I am really hoping we get a new audio pass with this next patch. Footsteps are ass, and primarily vertical audio is just the worst. Loading into Metro and hearing all sorts of footsteps above you as if they're in the room with you sounds awful, and it only makes people play like worse little rats when you want to encourage people to play more aggressively. So many other VR games do audio just fine. I would rather this gets worked on above everything else. I hate hearing outdoor footsteps, and I have no idea if it's indoor or outdoor. And yeah, you do eventually just get used to it, right? But that's not ideal. Audio is very important in a video game, and even more with VR, it has to be done right. Next is we really need some sort of a curse system to cut the large amount of people that are just doing naked runs, or naked runs with grenades. Nothing is more disappointing than gearing up for a raid only to be ganked by some brokey who came in with absolutely nothing and threw a well-placed impact grenade under your nuts. A curse system, for those who don't know, is something that's in Escape from Tarkov, where it essentially places a debuff on you for going in without any gear, be it speed, mobility, or overall health. It doesn't stop the naked runs entirely, and I know I've seen people actually appreciate this extra challenge, which is fine to me. If you want to come in at a disadvantage, then go for it. And that could be said about naked runs in general, but I just think there's been too many, especially towards the end of this wipe. On top of a curse system, we should also get some sort of karma system with the scav runs. There's 2 major things with scav runs that I can't stand, and one of them is that I hate that the entire map of scavs go full goose mode on you when they see you if you happen to damage another scav, even if it was unintentional. Scavs in Tarkov that were in the immediate vicinity would turn on you if you betrayed, but there should be no reason that these scavs 1,000 meters away should know that I shot a scav at the beginning of a raid. There needs to be an overall cooldown after betraying, and if you betray play enough, it should just at the very least mark you as a traitor for the next scav raid. But alright, the final thing. And this one is going to be left field, but you need to hear me out because, to me, it makes perfect sense. And if I was in control of any of this for Caveman, I would dedicate a team towards it as soon as possible to get it ready at the time of this wipe. But of course, I know it won't happen this month, but there's always next time. Make Showdown, the Battle Royale, free to play. Let's be honest guys, it's dead. Some nights will have more activity than others, sure, but I think that at this point, a lot of us have played other Battle Royales like Fortnite, Apex, PUBG, Warzone, the list goes on. When you queue up in those games, the lobby pops really quick, and that's because of how wide the player base is. These games are all free to play and have a ton of players at all ages ready to drop in. VR is already a very niche space with a high paywall barrier of entry. By making the Battle Royale a paid version that is paired with a more popular mode, it's going to just waste away. And that's also if they're not going to just 86 it altogether. The only real competition would be Population 1. And you could say what you want about that game's gameplay or its younger player base, but Population 1 has cosmetics and loot to unlock that keeps people playing and swiping. If you had a small dedicated team that works on the Battle Royale mode, they could create a decent enough season pass, which adds revenue that could be put into the studio as a whole, which could further help the development of Exfilzone. This is a no-brainer to me, and honestly, I don't know why we haven't seen anything like this yet. Contractors Showdown Exfilzone is a one-time fee, and I would love to see the sales chart since its release in December, but I'm willing to bet that it spiked during the holidays and that it slowly tapered off, if not completely plateaued by now. Eventually, there will be a time when everyone owns this game, and there is not going to be any further revenue supporting a live service game like Exfilzone, unless they make drastic changes. Showdown is basically just Warzone, and not for nothing, but Showdown, in my opinion, is really good. You could also easily bring in players from Exfilzone to dabble in it. Say if you sprinkle in some Exfilzone rewards in a Showdown season pass, people would love a break from the extraction modes from time to time. I know I do. There's no way I'm alone on that. Showdown, in my opinion, would absolutely dominate Population 1 in the Battle Royale space. Not to mention that they need to do this now before another studio comes around and does it instead. Caveman, please, if any of you are watching, heed my words here. Capitalize on this before it's too late. I would be happy to dump $10 into a season pass for Showdown mode every new season, especially if you gave Exfilzone rewards. I don't know the logistics involved behind adjusting the app to make it free with a paid version for Exfilzone like the way Veil does for its Veil Combat add-on, but it's the best free advice I could ever give to a video game. I fully believe it would succeed. A lot of kids would play it, yeah, but we have mute buttons, and they have parents with credit cards. Use your noggin. Anyway, that's about it for me, guys. Are you excited for this upcoming wipe? What hopes do you have for this update, and what are some things that you would also like to see changed? Also, what is your opinion about what I think should be done with Showdown? Thank you guys for being here and letting me talk about the games the way I do. Updates are going to be a little slow for me in the near future because I got big changes happening, but I'll do what I can, and I'm always going to be around in the Discord link below. As always, leave me the appropriate thumb if you liked or disliked, and I'll see you in the next video.